Hey everyone, one of the biggest questions that I get asked as a full-time makeup reviewer is, am I still using certain products long after I've reviewed them? So that's what this video is going to be about today. I was scrolling through my YouTube feed recently and somehow YouTube suggested an older video of mine to me, and it was about my makeup favorites from 4 years ago. And out of genuine curiosity, I clicked on it just to see what were my favorite products 4 years ago, and I thought it would be really fun to just go back, revisit those products, and let you know, do I still feel the same way about these, or have I replaced them with something else? So I'm super excited to do this video. I even kind of recreated everything. So I'm sitting upstairs in my hallway like I used to way back then, and I'm not sitting in the exact same spot because I feel like the lighting is a little bit better right here. Hopefully it's not echoey. And I'm also wearing the same shirt because I still own this same gray t-shirt that I was wearing in that video. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the first product in that video, which was the Soap & Glory KickA foundation. I'm not going to say the word in case there are kids around, but I had found this product as a replacement for the old CYO Lifeproof Foundation, which was my #1 favorite formula of all time. If that was still around, I would 100% still buy it. And same thing with the Soap & Glory, because in that video, I said that they were basically the same. So let's check that out really quick. And Soap & Glory is also owned by the same parent company as CYO, and it's even in the same packaging. So it makes sense that maybe they just carried that formula over to this brand since this brand is sticking around. So I have tried this, I'm wearing it today. I also see no difference between this and the CYO, so I'm really happy about that. I'm using this in the shade 02, and in the CYO, I was shade 102. So unfortunately, Soap & Glory is also no longer carrying their cosmetic line. They just have very, very few products, and this foundation was unfortunately one of the ones to go. But I have found one that comes pretty close, and that would be the Ulta Complexion Crush Foundation. And you guys know how much I talk about this all the time, so I'm not really gonna go on about it too much, but I feel like it has the same kind of texture that the CYO had. It's almost like a glossy sort of a finish. It's really hard to explain when you put it on, and then it just has the most beautiful satin finish that looks just like your skin. It's not too dewy or greasy, and it's not dry or matte. So my dry 46-year-old skin, I had to think about how old I was for a second. My 46-year-old skin really, really loves this stuff. So I highly, highly recommend this. It has great medium coverage as well. And something that has coverage like this looking really natural is super hard to find. So I definitely still use this one. But like I said, if CYO was still around, I would absolutely buy that one. Next up in the video, I had talked about some brow products from Arches and Halos. The first one is the Micro Defining Brow Pencil. So let's take a quick look. And the first product I got is the Micro Defining Brow Pencil. I'll show you guys a close-up so you can see what it looks like. But it basically is identical to Brow Wiz. And I know there's a lot of Brow Wiz dupes out there at the drugstore. There's one from NYX, there's one from CoverGirl, which I actually like. I actually do still have this, not the original one that I had from that video, but I continued to purchase it over time, and I think I got this one, I want to say like 6 months ago maybe, but I have since moved on to brow pens. I just think they look so much more natural than brow pencils. So instead of the Micro Brow Pencil, I've been using this one from LA Girl. It's their Brow Ink Micro Brush Detailer Pen. And I also have been using the NYX Lift and Snatch, but I just found this LA Girl one very recently, and I think I like it even better than the NYX. And a lot of you guys have said that you like this color better on me as well. This is the soft brown shade. Unfortunately, this one only comes in 2 colors, so it's really limited. And in the NYX, I wear the ash brown, which is a little bit darker than this one, but I still feel like that is a really good brow pen as well. So I'm not really using the Arches and Halos one anymore, but I do feel like if you're somebody who likes Brow Wiz, you would really enjoy this. I think it's a great alternative to that. And also in that video, I talked about a brow gel from Arches and Halos. So let's see what I had to say. And then I also got the microfiber tinted brow mousse. So this, again, I'll show you a close-up of what it looks like. It has fibers in the formula, so it helps add a little bit of thickness to your brows. It also adds a little bit of tint. I've just been using it kind of as a setting gel to hold my brows in place, and it adds a little bit of color. So these days, I'm not really using any tinted brow gels. I just use a clear one, and I love this one from Too Faced. This is my second tube that I've purchased, and I just love it. It's the Fluff and Hold Laminating Brow Wax, and I've talked about this one ad nauseum on my channel too, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but I just love how this has such incredible hold. It keeps my brows up all day and it doesn't dry and feel stiff or crunchy, and it also doesn't make your brows look flaky or anything like that. So I just think this is an amazing formula, and I'm gonna just continue to repurchase it. It's super good. The next product I talked about is the Flower Beauty Blush Brush. And let's see what I had to say about that. This is a new blush brush from Flower Beauty. I got it at Walmart, but I think it's at Ulta as well. And it's the softest, fluffiest little blush brush ever. That was really hard to say. And what I love about it is sometimes blush brushes are huge and I feel like I'm putting blush everywhere, but this one is nice and small, so it just fits perfectly and puts the product where you want it. Not to mention, it just like, it feels so amazing. It's tapered at the top, so I just love the shape of it. Okay, so I would 100% still be using this blush brush if I hadn't lost it. I don't know where it is. I lost it sometime over this past summer and I keep meaning to buy a new one and I keep forgetting, but I 100% think that is the best blush brush ever made. There's just something about the shape of it where it kind of goes out, but then it tapers back in at the tip. And a lot of blush brushes are just a round dome shape. And for some reason that tapered tip it makes the blush placement so much easier. I don't know what it is. And fun fact, when I was designing the brushes for my Doll 10 brush collection, I actually asked them to model the blush brush after that Flower Beauty brush. I sent them photos of it and it basically has the same shape because I just love that brush so much. Even 4 years later, it's amazing. Now, my Doll 10 brush is a little bit different. I feel like this one, it's softer than the Flower Beauty one, so I like that, but it's a little bit denser as well. So it just gives a little bit of a different effect. I think it picks up a little bit more product than the Flower Beauty one does. I still love this one, don't get me wrong. I use it all the time, almost every day, but there's just something super magical about that flower one, so I highly recommend you check it out. The next product is a Wander Beauty Blush and Bronzer Duo. I don't even remember this product, so let's see what I had to say. Another makeup product I've been loving is this Wander Beauty Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo. So I just fell in love with the colors in here. I think they're so perfect for fair skin. I'll just go ahead and show you some swatches really quick. I think the formula is nice. They're super silky textures. They do have just a tiny hint of shimmer in them, but I don't think it really even translates to your face. You can see that they just have like a hint of shimmer in the pan, but once they're on my face, I don't notice anything at all. So currently I do not have any blush and bronzer duos that I'm using. I just kind of use separate blushes and bronzers these days. I think at the time when I filmed that video, it was summer, so I was probably thinking about travel options and it being very travel friendly. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't usually find myself reaching for face palettes all that often. So this is a product that I didn't replace and I don't think I used it long after I talked about it in that one video. But one product that I did talk about that I still own, and this is actually the second one I've purchased, is the Natasha Denona Mini Bronze and Glow. So let's see what I had to say. But I've been using this like crazy. I actually brought it on vacation with me, and funny enough, I don't really use highlighter all that much anymore, but I've been using these as eyeshadows. So this little thing right here could actually be an entire face palette if you want it to be. This shade is the perfect crease color, and then I just pop this shimmery highlighter right on my lid and I'm done. I have like the perfect neutral eye, and then I use the bronzer as a blush also. So it kind of just gives like that warm, beachy, like super easy vibe. So I still think that this is the most versatile little palette ever. You can really almost do your entire face with it. You have your bronzer, which is kind of more of a rosy tone bronzer, so I actually use it just as a blush, just to warm up my face. And you have your face highlighter. I also use these on my eyes, so I'll put the bronzer in my crease and put the gold shimmer on my lid, and it's like you have all of your products in this one tiny little compact, and it makes a really beautiful monochromatic look. So I think this is so handy to have if you don't have a lot of space, especially if you're packing bags and things like that, and you don't want to take a lot of products with you. This is a really good all-in-one, or it's also really great to keep in your purse. Next up, I also talked about my love for the Makeup Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette, so let's check it out. But this one is like a giant version of their Reloaded Velvet Rose, I think it's called, the one that was a dupe for Soft Glam. It just has the most beautiful subtle warm tones in here. You also have a lot of rosy shades, which are my personal favorite when it comes to eyeshadow. You also have 45 colors in here, which is insane. I think this was $18. The regular Reloaded palettes have 10 shades for $7. So that's actually a really good deal because this is 4.5 times the shadows. I don't think they're as large, but you just get so much variety in here if you love big palettes. So as you can see, I do still own this palette, and I think it's pretty decent, especially for the price. It has really beautiful rosy tones in it, which I gravitate towards, so I do like the colors in here a lot. But in recent years, I feel like we've seen affordable brands just coming out with really great formulas, so I'm not as enamored with Makeup Revolution's formula as I was in the past. And I would say, as far as rosy toned large palettes go, my favorite is probably the ColourPop Smoke and Roses. I use this one so often. I'm wearing it on my eyes today, and I just love this color selection. It's beautiful. I do think the formula in here is superior to the Makeup Revolution one. It's just gorgeous, and other than the Stone Cold Fox palette, I would say this is probably my number 2 from ColourPop. Okay, so next up in the video, I had talked about some hair and skincare products. So the hair product I wanted to mention was from a brand called Together Beauty, and it was called the Whatever Wherever leave-in conditioner. So let's see what I had to say about that. This is the Whatever Wherever leave-in conditioner. It's supposed to be hydrating, priming, and style refreshing. So I got this with a recent Sephora order. It was one of those things where you put in the code. If you spend over $25, you can get a freebie. But you can use this in a couple different ways. It says you can use it on damp hair as a leave-in conditioner. It's supposed to give you heat and UV protection and also weightless moisture, which I love hearing because I have really fine hair. So I actually do remember this leave-in conditioner, and I thought it was such a nice formula, and it also had a super tropical, vacation-y sort of a scent. It was kind of coconut, a little bit pineapple. It smelled amazing. It smelled like the beach. And so that was the one thing that I loved about it. But also I just felt like it made my hair really soft and smooth. Unfortunately, Sephora no longer carries this brand, but I think they're still around. I did a quick Google search, and it looks like they still have a website. So I don't know if it's something that I would necessarily go back to. I felt like it was a good leave-in conditioner, but I have found one that I've been using now for probably the past 2 years that I love so much, and that's from Dry Bar. It's their Prep Rally Prime and Prep Detangler. So I actually have it in both of the scents. They have this one, which is like the original scent. It's such a unique smell for a hair product. It's kind of like, it almost smells like a musky sort of perfume. It's like a musky, earthy type of a smell. I like it personally. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be everybody's cup of tea, but when I first smelled it, I was like, ooh, that's unique. It's really interesting. And then I also have the Coconut Colada one, which again, smells like the beach. This one I actually use on my son after he gets out of the shower just to help detangle his hair. And the reason that I love this formula so much is because it's weightless and it adds that hydration that I need. Also, it's heat protectant up to 450 degrees when I'm blow drying. So it just helps to protect my hair. It leaves it feeling so silky and smooth, and it doesn't weigh it down. Like, I can get a lot of nice volume in my hair when I use this product. It doesn't make it greasy. So that's why this has just been my holy grail. This is the first time I bought the Coconut Colada one, but I've purchased this one now 3 times, I think. So it's just one that I continue to use over and over, and I really enjoy it. The next product I talked about in that video was a toner, and it was from Good Molecules. It was their Niacinamide Brightening Toner. So when I did my Good Molecules video last month, I think it was, Good Molecules saw it and they decided to send me this. This is brand new, and it has the niacinamide, which I love. It made such a difference in my skin. If you didn't see that video, it smoothed out my texture so much after a month of use. I was super impressed with it. But this one is not only niacinamide, it also has brightening ingredients like vitamin C and licorice root. So I've been using this morning and night after cleansing. I haven't noticed any kind of irritation from it whatsoever. It has no scent to it either. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, that's another great thing. Honestly, now that I'm looking back, I really did enjoy that formula a lot, and I think Good Molecules is such a really good company. They have amazing products, so it's kind of making me want to go back and purchase that again because I really did feel like I saw results with it. But I'm also a skincare junkie, and the reason that I'm not using it anymore isn't because I didn't like it. It's just because I constantly want to try new things all the time, and I'm really into toner right now, as you probably know if you've seen my recent skincare videos. So the 2 that I'm currently using are the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Hyaluronic Toner, and I use this one mainly at night. And then in the morning, I use the COSRX Comfort Ceramide Cream Mist. So this is like a spray-on toner, and I love both of these. I talk about them at length in my latest skincare video, so I'll link that in case you guys want to check that out. These are both from Korean brands, and they're really, really dry skin friendly, and both of them plump up my skin and really add a ton of hydration. So I really enjoy both of these at the moment, but I do definitely still recommend the Good Molecules one, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to go grab that one again. Here's another product I don't even remember talking about. It was the Fresh Strawberry Exfoliating Cleanser. So I know I've tried Fresh's skincare products in the past. I don't particularly remember this one. So let me just refresh my memory and see what I had to say. This is their Sugar Strawberry Exfoliating Face Wash. So I can use this during the week as well, and it doesn't irritate my dry skin. It has like a slushy texture to it. It's just really like soft and cushiony on the face. It feels so nice. It smells like strawberries too, and it's heavenly. It smells like a real, like fresh, ripe strawberry. Okay, so I'm actually just looking at the description box of that video, and it says that that was sent to me complimentary from Fresh Beauty. So I guess because I got it in PR, I was using it. I was gonna say, I don't remember ever going and seeking that product out, and I don't even really remember too much about it, but as far as exfoliators these days, I've been using another one that I got in PR, just completely being honest. This is from Doll 10, and this is their Doll Skin Genius Daily Dissolve Clay Cleanser with reishi mushroom. This is actually not just an exfoliant, but it's actually a cleanser and exfoliant in one. And it does have little scrubby bits, but it also has papaya, it has lactic acid, it has pineapple enzymes, so it has the alpha hydroxy acids to dissolve the dead skin, and it also has the little gritty bits that get all of the dead skin cells off as well. And it makes my skin baby soft and smooth after I use it. The only thing is I will only use this maybe once a week just because I have really dry skin and I don't want to overdo the exfoliation. So usually like on a Sunday morning or something, as I'm getting into the shower, I'll put this on a dry face, and then I'll step into the shower and kind of let it sit for a couple minutes while I do my hair and let those acids go to work, and then I'll rinse it. And like I said, I have baby smooth skin afterwards. And I really do recommend Doll 10 skincare. I think they really look into the ingredients and they come up with really good formulas. So even though I did get this in PR, I think I would definitely repurchase it again on my own. I really have been enjoying it a lot. The next product I talked about is the City Lips Lip Plumper. So let's check that one out. I've been using it every single day, and I have definitely noticed a difference in my lips. I don't know if you guys have, but I feel like they look a little bit smoother overall, but you're supposed to use this on an everyday basis to see results. So I have been using it for, I want to say probably 3 weeks now, and I really do think it's working. Like, I don't see my lips blowing up and getting larger necessarily, but I do see them just smoothing out and kind of plumping up from within a little bit more. All right, so this is an interesting one. I feel like City Lips is a pretty unique lip plumper because it plumps your lips with hyaluronic acid, and it has these little tiny spheres, which is basically what's in lip filler if you're gonna get it injected, but they've made it so small and microscopic that you can put it on topically and it'll still go into your lips. So I think it's like the closest thing that you can get to lip injections. The only problem with it, for me at least, and I don't know if you guys have this reaction to City Lips, but when those hyaluronic spheres are going in, they tend to make my lips look really red, and not in like an irritated way because it doesn't have those ingredients that are just gonna sting and burn your lips. It does tingle a little bit, I'll give it that. But I think it's like it turns them red because of like the blood rushing to them, and it just turns them this darker color. And it's hard for me to wear that during the day because it messes with whatever lip color I want to wear. It's always going to be that much darker and redder underneath my lip product. So I mainly just use that one at night now because even though it does have like the immediate effects, it's also supposed to have long-term effects. So it is a product that I still use. I just don't like to use it during the day. During the day, I've really been enjoying the Lawless Forget the Filler plumping glosses. These are great. They come in so many beautiful colors, and the tingle that they have is minimal. When you first put them on, I notice a little bit, but then it goes away, and it just feels like a super nourishing, hydrating gloss. It has like just a slight bit of tackiness to it. It's more of a cushiony type of feel, and it feels like it sticks around for a while, even after the color and the shine wear away. Like if you're eating and drinking, I still feel like my lips remain hydrated for hours afterwards. So I really love these as an alternative to the City Lips if you don't want like that lip darkening effect. And also Lawless has a Forget the Filler mask that I sometimes use at night. That's really good. And they have tinted lip balms in sticks as well that are also fantastic. And the ingredient that they use is Maxi Lip. So that's another thing that it kind of works over time to help plump out your lip lines and just make everything look a little bit more voluminous. So I highly recommend that line. They're really good. And I also talked about another City Beauty product, which is their multi-action sculpting cream. So let's see what I had to say. So when it comes to my experience with this over the past couple of weeks, I definitely feel the tightening right away. But as far as more long-term results, I've definitely noticed some things, and other people have too. I've gotten a ton of compliments on my skin recently, people asking me like what I'm doing, what I'm using. So I know it's not scientific, but I really truly feel like this is working for me. So I will keep you guys updated for sure and let you know a little further down the road whether I still love this or not. All right, so this is actually another product that I am currently still using today, and I've repurchased this one, oh my gosh, since 4 years ago, probably like 3 to 4 times. I just love what it does for my skin. It has like this instant tightening effect, especially along the jawline, which I know I am starting to get these little jowls here, and that's something that runs in my family, so I know I'm gonna get them. I just love how this kind of like sucks your face back a little bit, like you can feel the tightening. And they recently just released a new one just this week, which is kind of weird that I just saw this video and now, like, I was going to talk about this in an upcoming video anyway, but they've changed the multi-action sculpting cream. Now it's called Advanced Action Sculpting Cream, and it's supposed to be a better formula. It's now vegan. I guess before it wasn't. And I've been using this now for probably like 4 nights. And I have to say, I think I might even like this better than the original. The original one had this really thick texture where you had to like really dig your finger in. It was almost like a solid. And this one is a lot lighter. It's more creamy. And what I love about this new version is it doesn't pill up under my makeup. The old one, I felt like it was something I could only wear at night. If I tried to put makeup on top of it, like it would roll up in those little balls. It was so annoying. And the thing is even though this does, or it's supposed to work long term, I love the immediate tightening effect, and I would love to be able to have that during the day when I'm out and I'm seeing people. When I used the previous version and I only wore it at night, then I'm washing it off in the morning and putting on something else. So I love that I can wear this during the day now. It is so awesome. And obviously I can't speak to how the new version works yet. I have to test it for at least 30 days, but I did take a before picture, and then I'll take an after picture and we'll see if I see any more firming going on. But so far I'm happy at least with the new formula. We'll just have to see if it works as well as the old one. Anyway, guys, I do think there are definitely products from 4 years ago that I still use today, like the City Beauty Cream, the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow, the Flower Beauty Blush Brush I would be using, and I did up until about 6 months ago when I lost it, and I'm definitely gonna buy a new one. This video reminded me of that. So yeah, I mean, that's 3 different things that I've still used up until recently, plus the niacinamide toner I think is still an awesome product and would highly recommend. The rest of the stuff, you know, things evolve and change, but I thought this was a really fun look at some old products. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Are you still using anything from 4 years ago or beyond even? I would love to hear your thoughts. And also, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see me make it into a series, let me know. I can always do that as well. And I want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.